Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Return of the Fly. And this is a sequel to the 1958 movie The Fly. And for this movie, Vincent Price came back reprising his role. And as far as this movie is concerned, like plot-wise, it's pretty similar to the first movie. It's the same basic concept, and it's instead of the father character doing all these things, it's the son character, because so many years have passed over the course of, in between the first movie and this movie. Like, I don't know how many years have passed, like 20 or something. Like, at least, because in this movie, the kid from the first movie is a full-grown adult and is like able to understand physics, and he's a scientist, and he's following in his father's footsteps, and he's just really obsessed with trying to do what his dad couldn't, and that's pretty much all there is to his character. And this movie for me was pretty boring. I didn't like it. I was not invested in any of the characters. I didn't find them that interesting. I was kind of into it for the first 5 to 10 minutes because it was like catching up to speed with what happened in the first movie. Just in case you forgot, it was a film that had things, I guess, technically happening in it, but I didn't feel as though the story was moving. I didn't feel like I got much out of it, and it was honestly just the most predictable thing ever. Nothing really mattered. Although this movie is called Return of the Fly, it's not the same Fly character. Like, it's a different Fly, which is something you're going to have to keep in mind while watching this movie, in case you didn't know that. This film was also very repetitive, and it was pretty hollow, and everything that it did was just the most predictable thing ever. Like, it's been done a million times in 100 other different movies, and honestly, it just felt like a movie that you would turn on just to pass the time. It felt like one of those kinds of movies where you're at home, you're just watching TV, and you're flipping through the channels, and you see, oh, Return of the Fly is playing. I guess I'll watch that because you're by yourself and there's nothing to do, and it's just on. It's convenient for you to watch, and it's only 80 minutes long. And you watch it and then get something to do for 80 minutes, and then you forget about it. It's just to kill time. That's what I would call this movie. A time waster, because it exists to pass the time and nothing else. And when they do actually get around to showing off the fly creature, I thought it looked worse than the first movie. And for me, that's really weird, because this movie came out a year after the first movie, and already the effects look worse, like the practical effects. And I don't know how they did it, but they just messed it up, and they made the head way too big. It was just really stupid looking, and I just felt like I was watching a guy in a suit the entire time. And in the first movie, I didn't really feel that as much, at the very least. Like, I had an emotional connection to what was going on. I cared about the characters. But in this movie, they're pretty unlikable. And for anyone who's curious, because I mentioned this in my review for the 58 film, this movie was in black and white. So, like, the Blu-ray version that I got for this film, it was in black and white. And I mentioned this because the first movie was in color, and this was in black and white, and the back's in black and white, and you open up the Blu-ray and you get color on the disc, and yeah. So I just thought I'd mention that really quickly. And there were a couple moments that I kind of liked when it came to the horror. It was kind of surprising and shocking. like it for one scene, but that's about it. The rest of the movie was very, very boring. I did not like a single character in this film. I didn't care about the story and what was going on in it. It just felt like a recycled version of the first film, except added in too many things that just don't need to be there. Some characters are completely pointless and they're just there to eat up screen time, and I just stopped caring after a while. So, unfortunately, I cannot recommend that you check out Return of the Fly. It's not good, it's really boring, and I honestly have nothing else to say about it. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Return of the Fly a 3 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos. As always, if you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Return of the Fly, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.